Welcome e-commerce empresses to this episode of Woman Powering Ecommerce. Join me every Tuesday and Thursday as I take you behind the scenes of my journey as a female e-commerce entrepreneur. Together, we'll explore the highs, the lows, inspiring you to take action and achieve your own business goals. So let's get started. So for today's episode, I really want to talk about my morning routine, your morning routine. What are you doing on a day-to-day basis when you wake up? Are you the type to wake up late, quickly grab your clothes, or run to get your kids prepared and try to eat breakfast while you're packing your kids' lunch? What are you doing? Or are you more the type to wake up earlier and take care of yourselves before everyone else is sleeping in the house? And let me assure you, when you develop a good morning routine, it can help you achieve your goals and do more in your business. And that's what it did for me. I thought I was not an early bird. Until I became one, and I'll tell you all about it. But I just want to say how much changing this routine for me from waking up late and running to work, from totally making time for my morning and for everything I want to put in it, make time for things. It has really helped me with the business in the end. And I'll tell you why. So like I said, I thought I was not an early bird. I used to go to bed super late, and I used to wake up late or as late as I could and snooze so many times. I have to admit, I'm still a snoozer, but not as much as I used to be. And I know this will sound maybe a little bit ridiculous, but sometimes I'll just put my alarm clock 15 minutes before because I know I'll snooze like 15 minutes. So just to make sure I wake up on time. I'm still a work in progress here, but you'll see I did a lot to go from where I was to where I am right now. So it all started when I went on vacation to see my mom, who was spending a few months in France. So I went to the southern part of France, in a place called Aubagne, and it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful place near Marseille, and I loved it because it was really a good place to reconnect with myself. And I'm sure maybe you do that when you go on vacation, but you just take that time to reflect on your life, reflect on what you're doing right now versus what you want for yourself, and just set some goals. Anyways, that's what I do. And it was such a beautiful place to do so. So I decided to challenge that belief. Am I really not an early bird? What could I do? And I actually discovered a wonderful book called I Cannot Not Share It, The Morning Miracle. If you have not read that, please read it. As you can see, I talk a lot about books in the episodes, but they're just such a big part of my life, and they just really changed me so much. I just have to share what I learned. So I read that book actually on that trip, and it was just so eye-opening. It's who wrote that book? Hal Elrod? I'm sorry, I'll have to look it up. But you can easily find that book. It was a game changer for me. So not only it helped me not only wake up early, because what's the point of waking up early if you have nothing else to do but wait to go to work? That would not make any sense. Might as well sleep more. But it's about the concept of waking up early to implement a series of things to help you become a better individual. So first things first, and I'll explain those things. But first of all, how do you start waking up early? First of all, you need a good why, a good reason or purpose to wake up. So If you feel like the purpose is not good enough, then you're not going to wake up. But if you feel it's going to help you take time for yourself, start your day in a really good way, and find your own reasons, but those will be what will motivate you to get up early in the morning. And one thing that really worked for me, I went from maybe waking up at 7 a.m. I mean, it's not that bad, right? To wake up in the morning. Some people wake up way later than that, but I slowly went into incrementals of 15 minutes. So let's say I usually would wake up at 7. I started waking up at 6:45. And then when that felt comfortable, I went another 15 minutes. And now I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, a little bit more 4:30, but there are some mornings I put my alarm clock to 4 o'clock just because I love my mornings. I love taking care of myself and doing all the types of things that I can think of that will really start my day off in such a good way. And I see it a little bit like when you're on a plane and they give you all those security instructions and they say if we're out of oxygen, who puts the oxygen mask first? You do, before doing so for others or for your children. Well, it's the same principle. In life, we're trained to just wake up, go to work, and do a lot of things for work or for our families and not take care of ourselves, or take care of yourselves. But at the end of the day, and what are you usually going to do? Because you're so exhausted, you're probably just going to watch TV and do nothing else. But if you switch that around and take care of yourself first in the day, then you have so much more energy to do things for others and take care of your family, your kids, your colleagues, your clients, and all of that. So definitely, if you can implement that in your life, such a game changer. So now what do I do during my morning? I usually take, that means about 3 hours in the morning to do things just for me before I even start getting ready for my day. So, or maybe not 3 hours, maybe 2 hours. I'll include my prep in the morning in those 3 hours. But what do? I take things first. I wake up, I start my coffee. I take a coffee in the morning, and I just take a moment of reflection in silence. I think, I do it, and you can do the same. Do what you need to do, meditate or do your thing. But just, take the time to start your day in a very good place. Close your eyes, breathe. You can do some breathing exercises. There are a lot of things you can do, but do that to start off with. It's going to be really good. You'll see it'll start things off really well. Another thing, then once I'm done that, I'll usually read. I'll read my, first of all, I'm not talking about reading a book. First thing I'll do is read my affirmations. Yes. So what I do, I'll tell you all about it. I'm very excited and it works really well for me. I usually set goals for myself during the year, for like the whole year. That has been a work in progress. I've been working on this for a couple of years now, several years, and I'm pretty proud of, I maintain those goals and I read them regularly. And one place I do so is in the morning. So what I do is I make sure I have my goals set out and I read them daily. I have affirmations or things I want to remember to tell myself on a daily basis. And I do that through the Pinterest platform. I actually create pins with all my goals. I do that every beginning of the year. So I take out my Pinterest account. I create a board called, let's say, Vision Board 2023. And I create pins for all of my goals for financial, physical, spiritual, name it all. So I put goals in there, and I also add some quotes and things I really want to remind myself. So I read my affirmations and yearly goals every single morning. I do that. Then I'll read my 10, 15 pages of a book per day, always a non-fictional book. If I'm going to read a fictional book, I'll try and keep that for like vacation, things like that. But when I'm not on vacation, I am not there to read a fictional book. I'm there to, everything I read is has a purpose behind it. It's really to learn and grow as a person in all kinds of aspects. Could be a business book, can be a personal development, could be a health related book, just as long as it helps me grow. Then after that, what do? I work out. I work at about 45 minutes. Either I have like a home gym or I do so outside. I'll just go for a walk. And when I do go for a walk, then I like to combine things together. At first, it was hard for me to walk. I found it kind of boring. I love nature, but it was still not too motivating for me. So that's when I learned to love podcasts. So I definitely encourage you to do that if you can, because again, it's like reading a book, but someone reading it back to you. You have books, you can audiobooks you can listen to, but I personally prefer just someone talking, and so a podcast or a wonderful platform to listen to. And then again, I've just implemented that just because I like to always ask myself, what can I do more? What can I improve? And while I prepare myself in the morning, do my hair, my makeup, whatever, then I'll try and put my cell phone and I just listen to another podcast or a YouTube video of someone I follow. And that's it. And usually I start my day around 7:30 a.m. I'm already at my desk sitting and working on the business. And that is great. I love it. And the impact on my business since I started that is, one, clarity of mind. When you start your day having taken care of yourself so much like that for a few hours, when you start your day, you're clear. You've like just nourished your mind, your head of so many great things. It's so much easier to make great decisions right off. You're in a beautiful and a positive state. So it's just a great way to start your day. It's clear in your mind. And all the things I learned from the reading, from those mornings, those of course have directly impacted my business. And number 3 is energy. I start my day by taking care of myself. So it gives me just that much more energy. I'm so much more energetic since I do that. I used to be a very, very low energy person, but with the years, I'm learning all kinds of things to be more energetic. And definitely, I don't have like as much the slumps during the midday and things like that, just because I took care of myself. A lot of it is mental, right? It's not just physical. It starts in the head. So what's your morning routine? Do you do anything of that? Do you do all of these things? Do you do only a portion? Are you a snoozer like I was and still am a bit, but I still wake up early. Have to work on that. Not perfect. I'm a work in progress. Yes, but we're getting there. So can you start getting up earlier every day just by 15 minutes? That could be a great first step. I definitely encourage you to do that. And once you do, you will not go back. I have been doing that for maybe 4 years now, and I'm addicted. I cannot go back. It's so beneficial. So please start if you're not doing it, and if you are, then share with me what you're doing. I love to hear what other people have to say, and just share with me. So before we wrap up, I love it. It would mean the world to me if you could just take a few seconds to rate and share this podcast or episode. Your support is really crucial in helping us reach more people, inspire more women entrepreneurs in the e-commerce business. Thank you for being part of this journey with me. I hope you gained some valuable insights and inspiration today to keep learning, growing, and taking action towards your goals. See you in the next episode.